Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 103 for the week of February 20th, 2017. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside my lovable co-host here, Justin Kane.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. The Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
Bootless Wonder, Gary Hines.
What's up?
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb. Take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news. But went to Dave & Buster's this week.
We starting off with this?
Yeah, you're taking the story?
I'm taking the story. So
Usually you come to me first.
It usually goes straight to you.
All right, that's fine.
I'm
I'll go next.
just
a little bit
switching it up.
assertive
I'll go
today.
next.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I went to Dave & Buster's this week with a few friends from work. My work decided
The
to...
local D&D.
Yeah, local D&B. They were like, hey, you guys should go. It's free. They gave you free games, free
Why
food.
was it free?
Just-
your work gave it to you for free. Okay,
Yeah,
There you
sorry,
go.
I'm back.
They usually
I'm back.
do like the
You
meal
got
and
it.
game package.
Yeah, I'm back.
So it was really, really a good time. Played the Star Wars Battle Pod game. Anyone played this?
I heard it's fucking sweet.
Yeah, so you get into this little contraption, if you will. So you sit down in a chair and you're in this gigantic dome and you're just looking around. It's incredible. The wind blows at you. You get some like mist going on. It's
I heard it's really good.
pretty fucking
The
intense.
rest in D&B's
I'm
fucking
sorry.
blows.
The rest of D&B's?
Dave
Yeah.
& Buster's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not really a whole lot to do.
You want to play Fruit Ninja on a giant screen?
They're
Dave
just
& Buster's.
glorified mobile
Yeah.
games. They're
Fucking
not,
shit.
not
Not-
good.
not
But
good.
they do have actually gigantic Rock'em Sock'em robots. Like, they're about the size of human beings. And you just control them with these giant things. That was pretty cool.
Interesting.
You were into that?
I was
Giant
into that,
things.
actually.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, but Gary, what else? What did you do this week, pal?
So I actually got CPR certified, which is sweet.
Nice.
So now if
Yeah.
anybody starts
Congrats.
choking or
Allergic
passes
reactions.
out,
You're a master of the Heimlich maneuver, huh?
I got you.
Nice.
So I actually was learning about people with allergies. The whole time I was like, I have a friend that's allergic to all the nuts. So at what point in time do I need to take these nuts from him? But I mean, other than that, you guys are safe with me.
Nice. We're in good hands.
Yeah, good hands. You're safe and sound. I've literally since the class have just been waiting for somebody to pass out or choke. So feel free
To pass out and or choke?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You might have a couple broken ribs by the time I'm done, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
You'll be alive.
It'll be alive.
You'll be
That's the
alive.
most important thing.
And you'll be able to breathe.
There you go.
Nice, very nice.
I also might have bought a house.
It's pretty impressive.
Might.
It's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
kind of stumbled upon that. No, I've been looking, so that's kind of pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm still waiting, but yeah, things are moving.
Very, very nice.
They're moving, so that'll be nice. Hey, Justin, how was your
What's up?
week, you sick fuck?
I had the flu,
Yeah,
and I'm recovering barely.
we should put a mask on you or something.
Yeah.
So here I am. Jazz hands. Anthony, I don't even care.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow,
Very
Anthony,
nice.
Could have been
I
a
care.
Staples story. How do you know?
Oh, hey, somebody came in. They were pissed off. They returned it.
What about his
Maybe.
sweet Jake story? That was a good story.
Yeah, that was a good
So,
Sucker tail whip.
Anthony, I care. How was your week?
I didn't see Jake though.
No,
that's
bad.
what-
No
So,
Jake.
All
No.
right, so we're moving on.
Unfortunately, they saw him piece of shit and never came back.
Wow. Wow.
God Mike back there. You got
Nothing.
any stories for us?
Nothing?
No
Nothing
stories.
good? No snow days or anything this week?
I had that one Monday,
Nice.
which I probably shouldn't have actually had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was nice.
well, New England weather,
Yeah,
pal.
we're becoming pussies. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
But-
Whatever,
It's
take
true.
it.
I agree.
Yeah.
We talk about video games on this podcast, so we're actually going to get into Under Your Thumb this
Brian,
week.
but first,
But first,
I'm thirsty.
you're thirsty.
I need a beer.
All
You
right,
want a
cool.
beer?
I would love a beer, actually, Gary.
Look at these beers.
What
Hobo
are
Life.
those?
Hey, who wants one?
I want a hobo life.
Here,
Yeah,
take this
Pass
one.
that around.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I got a beer for you.
Jesus.
And
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Sto- oh,
Don't,
son of a bitch.
We're
Slurp.
spilling.
Slurp.
Slurp
Oh,
it.
we're good.
Slurp it.
Cup it.
Brian, here you go.
All right. So from the hills of Woburn, Mass, we've got Hobo Life,
Thank
presented
you.
by Lord Hobo Brewing.
that's what the tablecloth is for.
This looks fucking delicious.
Let's give it a
Brian.
shot. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's like drinking grass.
Does it taste? Does it taste like a hobo's life?
This tastes.
From under the bridge. Of
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. It's a great IPA. Session IPA, Lord Hobo Brewing. Wow, great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Brian,
Watch.
I want to talk about some video games.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some video games here.
You're stressing me out.
Who went last week?
You good now?
Yeah, I went last week.
Brian?
These guys are freaking out about
It's a massive spill over
the
here.
massive spill.
Yeah, it's fucking stressing me
Justin's concerned.
Justin, you know what? I'm gonna make you go
safety.
first here, pal.
out. Okay.
So you go
Wow.
ahead while I go get something for you.
All right. Well, thanks, man.
What did you play, Justin?
I actually was very sick, and I didn't get to play too much during my week this week. But today, before the podcast, we were able to play.
You're really concerned about the spill. I'm sure Anthony is going to take
Don't let it touch me. Get your spill off me, man. Don't let it touch my paper.
Really?
Sure, we're
Yeah, don't let it touch my freaking paper, dude.
free pen.
Anyways,
But today
what
we
did you
played.
play?
Gary and I played some Stikbold, a dodgeball story.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it in the past on the podcast towards one of our last episodes from last year.
Yeah.
I believe I played it. And Gary, what did you think? As like a
was-
game. As a game, what did you think of it?
It was all right.
Wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
I fucking love this
I
game.
was
think it's got a lot of-
disappointed in the ending.
What in the ending of
Something
our video,
official.
Yeah.
the boss fight that we
Which
had
you
there.
can watch on YouTube.com.
Yeah, we had a boss fight.
Two
It was-
guys. No, wait. What is it?
What?
What-
It's
what is
games
it?
for two.
Games for two. Games for two.
Yeah.
Games
So
Check
go
it
check
out.
that out on our YouTube channel.
Two guys on a couch just playing games for two.
And yeah, no, I mean, it was interesting. It's pretty much dodgeball, but it's also,
Got the weird arcadey element to it.
yeah, it's some ridiculous stuff happened. There's squids. I got crabs. Don't know what happened after that.
One-eyed pirate just sticking it to us.
Yeah.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
legit happened.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, it's a top-down twin-stick dodgeball game where you can grab a dodgeball and throw it at somebody. The objective is to hit the person and then hit them again while they're stunned.
Damn you, Bernice!
Yeah, and there's only one dodgeball. They slowly
Sometimes.
introduce
Some-
two.
But it's cool. They have boss fights. It's not traditional and hazards in the map hazards, if you will.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I like the one with the school bus or the bus of hippies.
The hippie bus?
That was cool. That was a cool boss fight. I like the whole van. I guess it was a van. Driving around at the same time. Then they
So,
all
yeah.
jump out, and you're just like, "There's another hippie."
Could jump.
At the end of each of the missions, you have a boss fight, which I like.
Yeah.
So, fucking jazzy stuff.
Sweet, Justin.
Thanks, man. And I'm gonna bring it over to anybody I want, actually. Right?
Yeah,
This is
anyone,
fun.
and feel free
This is
to.
fun. It reminds me
This is
of
what we
fucking
do.
old days.
This is what we do every.
I'm gonna go to
Hobo life.
Brian. No, we're not going. We already did the hobo life.
Oh, we already did it. Anyways, so this week, or actually for the past couple weeks, it's been on the back burner. I've been playing it for a little while, but I've been playing the Batman Telltale series.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, fantastic. So
Best one.
the best one that I've played. It's a toss up.
Because you played a lot of them. You
I've
played like
a lot
Wolf
of them.
Among Us,
The Wolf Among Us is my favorite.
Walking Dead.
We'll see how Batman shakes out. But right now, I just finished chapter 3, so I'm moving on to chapter 4.
That's usually what comes after.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing with. They're taking liberties with existing characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I ask Justin here, can you describe the Penguin for me?
I'm sure a tiny, overweight man whose body is very top heavy.
Perfect. The Penguin in this game is a British man who looks kind of like a hipster. He's kind of skinny, tall, wiry, if you will. So they're taking liberties with these characters that takes it in a unique and different direction, not something that I'm necessarily used to. And I consume a lot of Batman's things. I
Yeah.
read a lot of the graphic novels. So
You ever watch Gotham?
no.
They kind of do that with Gotham as well.
Yeah, this Penguin isn't so. I've seen the first episode of Gotham. The Penguin isn't so scaredy cat esque.
Yeah.
if that's a word. But they
Made sense to
also,
me.
Scaredy cat-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it's in the old.
but I mean,
dictionary.
they do
Old
have the
English.
tried and true things of like, Alfred's still there, Lucius is still there, Catwoman and Batman all like just kind of naturally connect with
I
each
hate
other.
Catwoman.
Selena Kyle's such a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't stand that
Harvey
character.
Dent is in it, and you're best friends with Harvey Dent.
Love it.
So you're helping his campaign, running for mayor.
Be careful, that guy's two-faced.
Yeah, I've heard.
Stab you in the back.
baby.
So, yeah, and he's kind of involved with Selena Kyle. So then you find this weird like love triangle thing. It's like, do I fuck her? Do I let him fuck her? Like, what's the deal with that?
You're
So-
Batman.
Brian,
You smashed
where is
that.
that coming from?
Bruce Wayne.
Watch your language.
Yeah.
How about the combat? Because I remember like
It
the
is-
first episode that I played was
Yep.
interesting. It seemed to be like the fastest paced
Oh, it is. It is
Telltale.
much. Yeah,
like,
it's much
games
faster
action, like
than
gameplay.
than The Walking Dead for the most part. The Wolf Among Us had a lot of bar fights because you played a detective.
Yeah,
So
makes
it's
sense.
very similar to that.
Hey, where's my answer, damn it?
Yeah, basically. So when you're playing as Batman, there's a lot of fight scenes, a lot of group, like a group of guys trying to take on Batman.
Yeah.
And so what I do like about the combat of it is you build up like this bat meter almost, and you fill up the bat symbol, and then you have like a finishing attack that stops the enemies that you're fending off.
No matter
so-
how many.
it's mostly just like this is the final blow
Yeah.
of this character or whatever. So the combat's really cool. There is a scenario where he kind of takes things slow and he goes like you go into like a crime scene and you connect the dots of how you want to go ahead and pursue that, and then when you do it, it's like very Sherlock Holmes-esque. So if you've seen the Sherlock Holmes movie, he plans out his attack where he's like, all right, I'm going to punch him in the
And
face.
then he almost does it
And
at
then-
the same, like narrates it.
Yeah, he narrates it to himself and he goes, okay, I'm going to do this and that and this. And then you initiate it, and then you have to quick time event to get it to go all the way through. And I find that very interesting.
So
It's
you
a
get to
unique-
plan different.
different routes of how you want to do things.
I like that. That's cool.
There is a detective mode where you do have to find things and how things match up. And if you don't do it within a certain time, then it's like, well, you didn't get the clues, so you kind of fucked that up.
Yeah, I'd fuck that.
So I really like what they're doing with the story. So as of right now, Batman's parents are not the people that Gotham thought that they were. So
shit.
that's something that's never really portrayed in a Batman.
Where is she?
universe that I've seen. So I'm really, really enjoying the game. I'm going to continuously, slowly play it, enjoy my time with it. But the other game that I played this week,
That hobo taste.
This hobo life. This
you
is
know
what I
about
can get
that
on.
hobo?
I can
Tastes
get
just
on
like a
board with
hobo?
this.
It's like dirt.
Hey, there's one in front of you. You can test it
I mean,
out.
it is an
I'll give it-
IPA. It's very hopsy.
I'm enjoying it. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad brews.
No, I think it's a great brew.
because they're the greatest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite
We would like
majority
more of these.
Yeah, exactly.
But back to the games. The other game that I played this week was For Honor. So I red boxed it because I wasn't spending $60 on this game.
Because you played the beta.
I played the closed and the open beta for this.
Aren't you special?
closed and open.
Closed and open. So
Anything changed?
Yeah, lots of things actually.
Ooh, cool.
So I wasn't expecting that. So when I played the beta, there was 3 characters that you can pick for each faction. So you start off by choosing a faction and then creating your like shield or your emblem for for your character.
Which faction are you?
Vikings, Valhalla. Yeah.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah. So what's interesting about that, and you don't actually have to play as a Viking to earn points for the faction that you're in. So you can play any one of the 15 characters that I've seen so far. So when I'm playing online multiplayer, I've only unlocked, I have the 3 basic ones. So, you have the knights, the Vikings, and then the samurai. So you have the 3 basic ones, and then you can unlock characters for 500 points. And it starts you off with 2,000 points. So you can unlock them. And
You can
before-
buy more though. Spend some money.
Oh, I'm sure there's microtransactions. It's fucking Ubisoft.
Yeah,
So I
definitely buy them.
Yeah. not going to
You
do
want
that.
the best character? Right here, baby.
Well, the thing that pisses me off, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, Justin, is that this game is one of those games where the more you play, the better equipment that you unlock, meaning you have higher armor, like stronger armor to take more damage. And I'm like,
People just buying their way
Great.
through.
that's a fucking terrible way to make a multiplayer game. So it's completely unbalanced, but what isn't unbalanced is the fucking combat.
Yeah.
So that combat is really, really good. It's this weird mixture of Dynasty Warriors meets Dark Souls, but baby Dark Souls, if that makes sense. So it is the rock, paper, scissors where I've talked about this before, but if you haven't heard, there's 3 different stances you can be in. You can be in a left guard stance, a right guard stance, or a top guard stance. And from that, you can either hit LB, which is a light attack, or RB, which is a light attack, and then right trigger, which is your heavy attack. And depending on who you're facing, you're never really playing your character, you're playing your opponent, just like any other fighting game. So if you swing with on the right side and they're guarding the right side, you're going to get blocked. So you want to be constantly moving the right analog stick to change your direction while attacking and chaining combos together. You can also hit the X button. The X button blocks their guard, so if they're just sitting there waiting for you to attack, you can block or disrupt their guard and then attack and open up, make an opening and then, capitalize on that. It's a lot of fun the more you play it and the more you kind of dive into the system. It is very satisfying. So I was playing a 2-on-2 match where some random person I was with dropped mid-match, and I just got a bot, and the bot got killed, so I was fighting 2 guys off at the same time. And I actually killed them both, because if you're kind of paying attention to what they're doing, if you're focused on one character, it's an easier block to the next. So you don't have to, switch over to them really quick and then block to the right. It's, hey, this person's attacking you from this side.
So block to
So
the
you
left.
just kind of block that way, and you kind of make them off balance, and you can attack that person and go back to here. But if 2 people are attacking you, you build up this revenge meter that if you press the Y button or the triangle, whatever you're playing it on, you get revenge, and you unblockable, you're really, really strong, and you don't really take a whole lot of damage. So there's a pro and cons to attacking one person with a buddy, because then they could be building up their revenge meter and really just kind of take you out, no problem. So it's kind of better to go one-on-one and then the next person just come right in or time your attacks better.
Yeah.
So if you're just hoping to get cheap kills, that person is going to build up the revenge meter very quickly and then just take you both out. So.
Yeah. I heard a lot of Dark Souls players are trying to play this game. I think that's kind of, you mentioned Dark Souls. I think, the PvP players for Dark Souls like this type of combat.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. For me, I mean, it looks interesting. I didn't play the beta. I didn't have access to the closed beta.
Or open.
Or
open. So there we go. I didn't play it. But it just, to me, I see it having the same effect of a Titanfall.
It's going to fall off quickly. Don't
Evolve,
get me
where
wrong.
it's just, there's not enough there to warrant the $60, to warrant, to your point, where the more you play, the better armor you get, the better gear you get, makes you a better player. So therefore, somebody new trying out is going to get slaughtered right away, and then they're going to go, fuck this game. I'm never going to play it again.
There is one of those barrier to entry type of things where it's so fresh right now that there's so many different people playing it. But give it 2 months when the hardcore fan base is still playing it, and then you pick it up for $20, which I think is going to happen at one point. And then you play it and you go, these guys are way too good. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
Also, servers are fucking terrible. It says a ton of people, very high activity. I can't find a match. It times out 7 or 8 times before I find a match.
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, that's pretty bad. If there's enough people playing that it says it's very high, that I can't find a match.
That'd be like Overwatch. Like, the more you play a certain character, the better gear you get for that
Yeah, that'd
character.
be
and
fucked up.
It would just completely unbalance the game. And when you have a multiplayer only game,
Well,
the
it's
most
not multiplayer only.
for the most part, that's
No,
what
there's a whole campaign that you can
How
play
long
through.
is the campaign?
So I've played. So there's 3 different factions. So you play 3 different factions, and each one has 6 missions, I think. So I played through all of the Knights one, and it probably 3-4 hours.
Is it a variation of the multiplayer, or is it just like a full-on, like, this is a single-player campaign?
So it is. It's kind of.
But this is where it turns into Dynasty Warriors, because
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors was there's the hordes of stupid enemies, but there's like the named captains. And
Well, that's
you
what I'm
go
saying.
and
Like, does the
take-
campaign just feel like a multiplayer, but you're only playing against AI, or
So yes and no. So the campaign has like full blown cutscenes. They have it's a generic story of this girl, or it's this faction is recruiting people, and the main person, you don't ever play the highest person up. You don't
Yeah.
play the leader. You start off as like a knight in a small kingdom, and then you fight off invading force. That invading force, you beat that guy, and then their champion, you kill their champion, and then they go, okay, we're taking him with us, and then you follow them, and then you play another mission as that guy, and then you jump into the higher ranking officer, and that kind of exposes you to the very beginning knight character, and then the second knight character, and so on and so forth, all the way through the faction.
Yep.
And there is this very interesting story behind the leader, and you never necessarily know what's happening or what she's trying to think, or what she's doing. So she's the most interesting part of the entire game so far. I mean, like, the combat's great, and the story, I'm just like playing through the levels, and I'm like, all right, I'm having fun. This is, hack and slash. It's kind of mindless, but
Yeah.
the story behind it, or like the mystery behind what she's doing, is kind of interesting.
Cool.
So, I mean, I would say it's maybe a 10 to 15 hour campaign for the 3 factions, and then multiplayer.
What are the
if you
3
like it.
factions again? And so you have the Vikings, obviously.
So you go from the knights to the Vikings to the samurai.
That's where I'd want to be.
The samurai. I was debating on the samurai, but I was like,
Everybody's
Yeah.
like the same.
I've been watching some gameplay. Whoever that character is with like the
the roadhog character.
the staff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. I've seen so many good clips of that person just
I
taking
saw a
on,
clip
like,
of, I don't know if the person had daggers or what, but they were moving fast.
Yeah.
Super fast character.
They kind of like
Like a dancer.
yeah. So there's actually there's each character or each faction has like a very similar character. So that your base character that has a 2-handed weapon.
And then like a subclass almost.
Yeah, and then there's a second class that's like a big, heavy guy, and then there's a third class where it's a very quick and nimble person, and then a long staffed, like a long axe or staff, or katana, if you will.
won't.
So there's each faction has a character of that class
Yep.
that you can choose, and they play differently. So, like that quick character, Justin, that you were talking about, they don't if you hold it or if you press the right analog stick to the right, it only blocks for like 2.5 seconds or like 2 seconds. So you press it to the right and you change your stance, it only blocks for 2 seconds. So if they went to attack you afterwards, you would then have to hit the right analog stick to the right again to block them, because you're sacrificing defense for speed, as where a normal character is always blocking.
Right.
So there's different play styles, and I can promise you, the further that you get into it, the more satisfying it'll be to master those different styles of combat. Or
Or if you're somebody that likes to play multiple characters, can you play as, say, a samurai character, build up, I don't know what you're building up, coins or...
well, what you normally do is when you play as that character, you unlock armor for that character.
Oh, so if you're somebody that likes to play multiple characters or multiple factions, then you're at a disadvantage.
Well, yes and yeah. I would say yes. You're at a disadvantage, because if you play just because I'm the Viking faction, Icer, my profile is
Yep.
a Viking. I can play any character at any point.
But you won't have gear
Mhm.
for that.
Specifically for that
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looks interesting. I think the gameplay is sweet, and I think it's cool. But it just didn't seem like it warranted the $60.
I will buy this when I find it for $15-20.
Yeah.
And then I'll play through the campaign, or maybe I'll finish it before I return it to Redbox. But
Sweet. Cool.
that's really
Neato,
it.
man.
But I guess I'll move over to Anthony with
What did you play?
yeah, what did
Yeah.
you play?
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I played Neo
Neo.
this week and continued playing Neo.
Well, I guess kind of figured.
Yeah.
You can read his mind.
No,
He can.
I can read the thing
do
that
it
I
for
wrote. He
years.
told me he was playing
Neo. I want to hear about this.
Do you? So yeah, you did not play this week.
No, I unfortunately so much. I kind of bought a house and
Kind of still.
but-
became a
Still not-
superhero.
It's not
He may or
official.
may not have a house.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
on
I
the
just
couch.
I was busy this week, but I
Maybe more.
didn't put it like on the back burner. Like I want to play Neo. So
So I progressed to the shittiest boss that you said I would probably face that week,
You
which
take him
is
down?
fucking terrible.
how many times did you fall into the water?
Only once. He
I fell into the fucking water so many times. Like I get him to like a slither of health, and then I would like dodge his attack and just fall into a random hole into the water and just die.
There's no holes. There's like that one hole in the dock, and then the other.
There's fucking random holes. I'm telling you, there's random holes everywhere.
There was like one. Do you keep falling in the same hole?
random holes.
It's there.
Random holes. Might have been the same hole.
Still one of the shittiest boss battles I've ever had to do.
Oh, I mean, because then you had to light all the fires.
Correct.
You light all the fires.
You have to wait for then you have to wait for the eye to fucking appear.
Yeah.
And then the second part of the fight, he has the like the small little fucking blobs that keep just
So
absolutely destroying like your.
And you can only use each one of those fires to ignite your weapons one time, and then they disappear. So then you have to use your items to then
Relight it again.
relight it.
It's the fire amulet, and then.
And then if you die, you lose those item uses.
you're
And
stuck.
yeah,
You fucked.
yeah, that boss was. It wasn't hard, Brian. It was fucking annoying. It was fucking annoying.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Think Ninja Gaiden. Do you remember the giant dragon, like those skeleton?
You remember that?
No, the only
No.
Ninja Gaiden boss I can remember is the dickhead with the nunchucks at the beginning of the game.
The end. So the spoiler at the end boss.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
He was the prick. I
Yeah.
remember that, but I don't remember any other boss.
Yes, dude.
I just remember rocket ninjas. What?
That's
Dude,
that's from
fucking
3.
rocket
That's-
launcher ninjas, man.
That is pretty annoying. Think of that, just boss form.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that whole area though was cool. I like my thing with Neo is it's not as like open world as like a Dark Souls. Like it's mission based. So you pick your mission, you go to it. But I like how it just brings you to a different area, and it's like completely different scenery. There's so many places to explore. Like I like the different. I just really like the setting of this game.
The Japanese, the whole,
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
looks good every time you get there, and then you realize you're supposed to get fucked up by something.
Like, oh my god, this looks so nice. Shit!
Yeah, you're always on edge in that game too. There's traps. There's shit will just fall from the wall and start attacking you. It's just like Dark Souls, but it's just a lot quicker, I would imagine.
I think it's worse just because like they switch human enemies with demon enemies like really like terribly, or just like in a way that like kind of fucks you over, because there'll be a ninja hiding behind like a trap door that'll just appear, and then at the same time you'll fight this giant fucking demon, and you have to switch between like one will catch you off guard mixed with like stagger, and then you have to decide like which weapon's kind of better to beat one with, because demon damage is different from humans. So you're stuck with that kind of like decision
Yeah, and
making.
one's a large enemy and one's a quicker enemy, and depending on the different stances that you want for those enemies, like what's working, like maybe the quicker enemy's at low stance, so you need to be at high stance, but then you need to be quick to stay away from the bigger enemy, so you can't really be in high stance, and so it becomes, I get it comes to this game of just like, it doesn't, to me, this game doesn't feel like it's hard because it's difficult. It's just hard because they're just like, you know what?
They throw so much shit.
This area needs another large demon.
It's
or
just
like,
the basic, enemy hole. That's
yeah. Whereas what
shitty-
makes
pretty shitty design.
what makes Dark Souls so good is the level design, is the enemies, is like the bosses, like that they structure the levels out to only give you the enemies that will make a good fight happen. Whereas here, there are definitely some really good fights. and the combat is
Combat's pretty good.
the combat to me is better than Dark Souls, but the enemy types that
In some aspect, it definitely improves upon it. It looked at Dark Souls and go, what can we do to make this? And it took like For Honor type like combat and then
Yep.
expanded the Dark Souls to make it, pretty much.
They said it, not me.
yeah, I mean there's high, low,
Yeah, they
and
did.
mid stance. I mean it's very similar to a For Honor. I would imagine that the PvP when they implement into Neo could take on a For Honor-esque
Yeah.
PvP because you're going against different stances and different weapons and different type of players. I'm not saying I think For Honor does what For Honor does, and you obviously can't use the joystick to decide which side you're gonna block. There's just one block button, but they have the different stances, which makes the game cool. It's just the game's super fucking long too.
Yeah, I'm in the fourth land.
You're on the fourth land now, so I'm only on. I think I'm on the third land. Is that where
Yeah.
I was? Yeah.
And
So
you have to kind of do the submissions. It breaks it down level wise so that you're kind of at a disadvantage if you kind of try to speed run through it. Where it'll prevent you because, like I said before, enemies it throws at you. The thing with the demons is it drains the stamina, and you won't have enough powerful. Your armor won't be good enough, and your weapons kind of won't be good enough to kind of make it through without.
at higher levels.
Yeah.
So the demons drain your stamina.
So like I said, there's the strategy for enemy placement is always weird because like I said, demons drain stamina. Humans kind of don't. So what they'll do is they'll put a large demon in a place surrounded by humans to kind of give you that matchup. It's a micromanagement of because you have different damages. It's elemental damage. You have your guardian spirit, and you can switch between ranged and two weapons on
I'm
hand.
sniping people like crazy in this game. The rifle is fucking sick. The hand cannon
The hand
is
cannon is
sick.
fucking OP.
The bow and arrow is fantastic. What usually I'm doing in this game is I'm kind of scouting the area out. I see the huge demon. I know there's human enemies around, and I'm just sniping headshots because if one headshot with the bow and arrow just blows off their head.
Yeah, that's the
So
4K.
nice.
It's 4K damage, and then they immediately go down, and you can either kind of do the finishing move with the weapon,
Yeah.
and then kind of wait it out.
So I'm glad that you said that boss was
The
terrible.
worst. The worst boss.
So that makes me feel better because I'm sure have you fought another boss?
There's one in each. I've fought in 4 or 5 more.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, bar none. One of the worst boss battles I've ever played in any fucking game.
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was.
Nice.
It almost made me rage. Did you do the side mission where you go back to that dock?
No, I would never go back to that.
So
No.
you haven't done that one?
No, I skipped. I was I'm done with this area. Main mission.
Yeah.
Fucking right through.
I fought that because once you beat that boss, it opens up a side quest for that area still. Because I went back because it's like you said, to continue on with the main mission, you got to do side missions. So I went back to some side missions that opened up, and when you go back to that area, there's 3 or 4 different waves of enemies that you have to fight on that dock.
On the dock. No.
Yeah, and it's a pain in the fucking ass. But you've done the side missions on the bridge.
Did the one where you I fought the boss on the bridge.
You didn't do the 4 different ways.
No, I did
So
the-
you're not doing a lot
I
of the
skipped
side missions.
not in
are
that
you?
land. No,
So you're trying to-
under levels.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
skipped that whole. I'm I'm done with this fucking bridge shit.
No. See, I'm
See you later.
I'm taking my time. I'm trying to do all the side missions as I go through it. But I mean, I find the side missions are very challenging as well. I find the side missions sometimes are more challenging than the bosses. The bosses are just really cheap. The side missions at least will throw
It's
a lot of enemies at you. And when it's not mixed with demons and a couple of humans, when it's all humans or all demons, that combat is really, really fun.
So it sounds like it's actually more satisfying to actually play these side missions rather than doing the main stuff. Because
Well, the main stuff there's a lot you have to do to get to the boss,
Okay.
and
it's a lot of bullshit that they throw you away to just fucking stop you from getting there.
we can talk about this dock mission forever because you literally are 10 feet away from where the boss
it's
is
on
and
the
it
other
just-
side.
at the beginning.
it's just a locked door. Or
You look
some
to the right
bullshit.
and it's there's
There.
the door.
You see it.
So you have to walk all.
But then you have to walk around, and then you eventually, if you want to have a decent chance in this boss fight, you have to light these different flames. There's 3 flames around the area, so you could go fight the boss. But if you don't light the flames, then you're not going to have the capability to just ignite your weapons during the fight because
He's weak against fire.
He's weak against fire, which is weird because he's water.
Yeah.
Doesn't Pokemon logic
Yeah.
Out the window.
out the window. But it sends you on this like goose chase where you're then trying to get these different statues to light to get the fire against the boss. And yeah, but for me though, I like the area, I like the environment, I like this like the
Scenery of the.
well, it's just exploration in the game I enjoy. But there is so much fucking loot that it just
They drop
drives.
tons of shit. You're always sitting in the equipment screen like, is this fucking dry?
Is it more than Dark Souls?
A ton more.
Okay, because so last week when we replay it and you
I didn't know
said that it wasn't, and I was like gasping, and everyone looked at me. You just said it's a ton more, so I appreciate.
In terms
that.
of like,
Just like Justin.
they
in,
drop a lot more.
Nudgegate.
Yeah, Nudge Gate.
Not
Dude,
to-
did we solve Nudgegate or what? Nothing. Right?
It's up to Brian.
I'll let
I
you.
don't
I'll
think
let
the
you
video's
watch.
up yet.
I'll
The
let
video
you watch
just went up.
the last
did it?
episode
Yeah.
of Until Dawn over on YouTube.com. Pixelated Points.
Let us know. Nudge
Let us
Gate.
know if Justin bumped into Anthony on a Don't Move
Kill
or bounced
Kill
around on
Sam.
the
The
couch.
way you're saying it already puts me in like a negative
Yeah,
light.
I think
feel
you
like.
just let the people watch.
Mhm.
Let the people.
Well,
decide.
they're not going to know what we're referring to as Nudgegate if we don't tell them the scenario.
It's true.
It's a
You gotta
very-
paint the picture.
But please don't assassinate my character.
I'm not assassinating
You killed that.
anyone's
Alright, keep that in
character.
mind.
I'm just
Maybe
saying
we
Anthony
even-
was playing and
maybe
you
we
You
even
got
clip
that
it.
up to
So
yourself.
just clip Nudgegate.
Mm-hmm.
Short 15-second video, clip Nudgegate, put it up there. But yeah, so the loot is ridiculous. It's just dropping loot like crazy, and it's all in Japanese, and so you literally have to read every item to be like, what the fuck is this thing? And
You're
it's
not
just
about that life, huh?
it's just too much. Every enemy you kill like drops something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're just like literally,
Just picking
and I have
up
that.
and waiting. And
I'm just like,
You have
once
to
I kill
look.
that guy, I'm like, I have to look. What if it's something like ridiculous? But it's never. It's just always this like a stone or this,
Iron
A
dagger.
rock.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
just don't need at this moment or don't care to need, but I want another weapon. But it does do like the rarity colors, so like
yellow, blue.
when, so you
Nice.
know when something like really sweet drop. So
I think the color change is actually on the ground as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you can see it.
So like the
Like a
one will
Borderlands.
glow blue on the ground. that way you know it's
Oh, yeah,
magic, or
alright.
Yeah.
yellow, so that way you know it's
So
red.
what
like
I'm
Justin
saying.
just said, like Borderlands.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. So
Nailed it.
I haven't played it since last week, but it's not because
I got a
I'm
coughing going on.
done with that game. I think the game's great, even though it makes me frustrated. But that's
It
why we
takes a
play
lot.
these games.
It's true.
That's why we
Fresh
play
it
them.
up.
Glutton for
Mm-hmm.
punishment.
There we go. There we go.
Couldn't even get past Dark Souls third boss.
Dude, that tree is
Hey,
still
old rotten.
teabagging me.
Yeah,
Old rotten.
Yeah, old rotten.
Dick tree.
old
yeah.
rod.
Old rotten.
The dick tree. Yep.
All right.
Still
Anything
here
else?
under your thumb, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Gary.
Me.
Yeah.
You.
Gerald.
All right. So
Thanks, Gary. And that's it.
That's it. No, so I only played quickly. I've been slowly playing. I started playing a little bit last week. Was Rainbow Six Siege on PC. So I've played it on Xbox, and now playing it on PC is
Where it's meant to be played.
where it's meant to be played for sure. I mean, I
sure.
know that the community on PC is a lot bigger than it is most likely on consoles, and they just released a DLC for a couple new characters. But for me, it's a hard game to learn how to play.
There's a lot of
on-
shit going down in that game.
Yes.
You say new DLC for new characters?
Yeah.
Like
So,
how
like-
Overwatch does it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there's
you
two
so it's
characters.
not okay. I was under the impression this was like Call of Duty, but like you just upgrade your weapons and stuff.
No, it's
Okay.
hero based. There's
Okay.
different like there's the
This
FBI.
is all
there's,
this is all new.
yeah,
to
so
me.
there's the FBI. Like it's like you got the Americans, you got the Germans, you got the Russians, and they each have different. Every hero has a different ability.
awesome.
And there's defense heroes and there's offensive heroes. The combat is
Like only
really
one guy is able to get through the walls. Only one guy is able to like use the grappling hook. Stuff
no,
like that.
that's not true.
Well, like,
No, everybody can use grappling hooks. Everybody can go through walls.
no, I thought you
Um,
need the demolition guy to blow up the different spots.
Well, there's different types. So, all right.
Gary, why don't you
Break
go
it
ahead?
down.
And,
Yeah. So what I'll just say first is like I played this on Xbox and it was easy to play for me. Learning on PC, like the game that I've really played on PC is Overwatch, and that's all I've been playing. So now playing this game where it has a lot of keys that are being used in the game, I'm trying to learn it, but being a multiplayer really only game, it's hard to learn on the fly when you're playing with people that are just like bitching, like, what are you doing? Go do this. And like, I didn't like that aspect of it.
Get
Not
trash
a
on
fan.
it.
Not a fan
Wow.
because I'm
Yeah,
like,
that-
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I understand
Like
what
a
I need to go
4-year-old.
do. Like, I played a lot on Xbox actually, and I understand. But for me, like, just learning the different layouts and learning the buttons and learning the characters, it's a learning process. And the one thing I'll say is that the community has not been nice to me. They have not been nice. They've been harassing me. But I mean, there are side missions, or I think they're called operations, where you get to play as one character, and it gives you, it's kind of like if you played the old Rainbow Six games, Terrorist Hunt, where there'll be a certain amount of terrorists in a house, holding down a house or a hostage, and you got to break into the house and get the hostage against AI. And by doing this, you build coins, and then you can take the coins, or reknown is what they call it, and purchase a character. And certain characters cost a certain amount of coins to unlock, and then you bring those characters into multiplayer. And then there can only be one character of each in a match.
Okay.
So, and then there's only offensive, only defensive. So the defensive, I like playing defense better. My favorite character is this guy called Kaplan. He's Russian, and I believe he's Russian, but he has the ability to put traps down. So I put traps at windows and doors.
Nice.
So if someone just comes crashing through a window, they're going to get blown up. Someone goes through the door, same thing. But you can actually, but there's always the give and take to it. So if I put a trap on a door, on the other side of the door, you'll see something sticking through the bottom of the door wherever I put it. So if you're paying attention to your surroundings,
Yeah.
you know there's a trap on that door. I'm not going to go through that door. But a lot of people just meat dig it through the door, and they just get blown up right away. And the way that it works, it's round-based games right now in pretty much what you call quick play, where you don't get to pick and strategize with your team on the location that you want to spawn or place a bomb or a hostage. So when you're on defense, I'm just going based off of Xbox because I'm not there yet in competitive play, but in competitive play, you're able to, before the match starts or before the round starts, you as a team get to vote on where you want to put the hostage in the house or in the location.
Cool. All right.
So you get to pick where you're going to kind of make your last
Base,
stand.
yeah.
And then the opposing team, while you're building, so you pick your spot, and then you get to fortify that room. Each person gets a fortification. Tool gets 2 fortifications to the wall. So if this wall was right here, I'd be able to fortify it so that way no one could just shoot through it. It'd be fortified, so you need a certain character to blow through that wall.
Yeah.
So you get to fortify it, and then everyone is playing defense and building our little base or our little last stand. At that same time as we're building, the attacking team is using the little remote drones to go around the location to try to find the hostage. And you try to do this for like 30 or 45 seconds. You're going around trying to find it. But there's like a defensive character that jams you, like it's
The
called
drone.
the jammer
Yeah.
or whatever. And then once you find it,
Jam.
yeah, it puts it like right at doors and stuff like that, so you can't get through.
Nice.
But then you kind of know, okay, if there's jammers here, that's where they're holding it down. So I know that. But you can tag enemies, and then the round starts, and then it's just like a
First-person shooter,
first-person shooter. You die, you're out of the round. I believe it's 4-on-4, maybe 5-on-5. I think it's 5-on-5.
No health regen.
No health regen, so if you get hit like once, it brings you down to 85% health.
Yeah.
There's no
No.
more unless you have the medic class who can heal his teammates. And so there's all these different classes. It's kind of a hero base, but the destruction in the game is really, really fun. Like if you're playing defense, like literally if like I know your bedroom's on the other side of this wall, if I know before they come, I can shoot a little hole in the wall
And see.
and then I can see through it, and then they come through the room, they just see a wall, and then I'm shooting through the hole. And so like the destructibility, you can come from above, below. It's really, really cool. I think it's a really underrated game, and on PC it's just I'm trying to play it, I'm trying to learn it. It's just a lot right now.
I know that it kind of came and went, especially on the console market, but I know it's had a lasting community on PC especially. I follow a few
Not really nice though.
Twitch streamers, and they do often go like, "Hey, what should I play tonight?" And I'm always surprised to see that on there,
Yeah.
like on the options.
It's a
to
really
vote for
fun
it,
game.
So
It's a really fun game, and you know I I'm gonna. It's just one of those ones that you can just kind of pick up and get in there and have those intense moments where you're the last guy alive, you're the last stand, and you're literally, because you can lay down prone like on your back and have your gun like aiming down sights and like looking at the like crevice like in between the floor and the door and just looking for footsteps. You see them, you just shoot through the wall and you just get so it does create really tense moments, which is really cool. I love the game. I think it's fun. It's probably pretty cheap now. You could probably pick it up for a decent price.
I've seen it as low as like $20 on sale.
Yeah, it's worth it
for consoles. So.
Yeah, if you enjoy first person shooters and that type of gameplay, it's definitely an underrated game. And besides that, I played a game again, a little bit more of Chameleon Run.
It's a good game.
And I've noticed that somebody else has played it. So
I
Steve,
have.
what are your thoughts?
I really like it a lot.
Fun.
It's a lot of fun. I've beaten up to the very last level of the first part.
Was it like level 15?
15. Yeah.
15 is when it starts getting like, where I think around like 12 to 13 is when it starts getting really intense.
It does, but like, I don't know, once I figure out, it's been easy. Like, once you figure out how to beat it, you go back and you're like, oh, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
But then, you play the next one and it's like, holy shit, like, what the hell? How am I ever going to beat this?
Yeah.
And there's lots of interesting things in it. I really like, the thing that threw me off the most was so you have to, as Gary explained last week, you have to switch colors. But towards like level maybe 11, 10, maybe 13 or something, they add a mechanic in where you go through like a portal-esque wall.
Yeah.
And they switch the color for you.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, or always, it's not the color you need to be.
Yeah, it's random.
No, it's not random. It's just the color, like the opposite color
They
you are.
set it up because they set up the colors before it, so they know what you're going to be running as. So they know like you're going to be running as pink when you get here, so we're going to put a yellow, and then so that way,
Technically, you could switch the color right before you go through the wall
And it would
to
switch
be
it
the
for you.
correct color coming out of
But
it.
either way, you're
but
going to
it's
have to do a
easier,
switch
right?
before or after.
Easier. It's probably easier to switch it after.
Probably
you come
easier
after.
said than done too.
Yeah, exactly.
And because of the speed of the game too, it goes pretty quick in some areas.
It can, yeah. Especially when you go back. Like I found myself going back and getting all like the
three
big achievement
challenges.
type, the challenges,
Yeah.
yeah. And my favorite challenge actually is the one where beat the level without switching the color.
Yeah.
That's the funnest one to try
Yeah.
because it's a lot of strategy. Well, not a lot of strategy. It's just fun to try to go through without having to switch.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to go quick too,
Mm-hmm.
usually. Even the time trials are extremely difficult. They set some pretty low numbers.
I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, I give like 1 star, and I'm just like,
They're all.
I'm not going quicker than that.
I've gone back and done a lot. I've gotten 3 stars on like the first couple levels, but the 3rd star is definitely the hardest. Like 2 is pretty easy, is easy-ish to achieve. 3 is very difficult. So there's a mechanic where if you switch your color right before you hit the color platform, they'll give you a little boost. The 3rd star requires you to do that almost perfect. Well, not perfectly, but on almost all of the platforms that you would normally switch color on to get it. And that has made it extremely difficult to get.
Yeah,
very low
and that
times.
also can screw you up in times too, like when it's just like a small platform.
Yep.
And you boost yourself too much, and you're like, "Holy shit!" And
yep.
you
You
send
fly.
yourself flying.
Yeah.
I also think like the when the platforms are above you can be a little bit challenging too. So time your double jump to the top platform to double jump again, or to drop down, hit the top platform, double jump, but back up. So
It's got very cool mechanics. So like, if you hit up against the ceiling, so you can only jump.
you can
twice
kind of
this
ride
thing.
it for a little bit.
But if you hit a ceiling of the same color, you can keep bouncing off of it and then come off of that and then
Do
do
jump.
another double jump. So it's like,
So like a refresher double jump. When you get
right,
up there.
and that adds a lot of strategy to it, and it gets crazy too because like they'll extend a platform a little bit so you're one color to touch down, and then the ceiling above you is a different color, so you have to you fall down, you jump like briefly, but you got to hit the other color real quick to start bouncing off.
Yeah, and because I think because of
it's
the
crazy.
speed of the game, it makes it like I didn't mean to press that, but
Right.
it's only 2 buttons.
Exactly.
Your right side of the screen, left side of the screen changes your color, right side jumps, and that's it. But there'll be a lot of times I'm like, I know I gotta do this to get through this, and I just like my thumb just don't do it.
No, it's a perfect. It's quick to get back into. So when you mess up,
Yeah.
it's just like boom, and you just start again. I mean, like I don't really find myself getting that frustrated.
No.
I'm just like fuck, like.
Yeah. I'll
couldn't-
do it again.
Couldn't do it. Yeah, and you just keep going because it's actually a blast. It's just so fluid,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like
I mean, it's well done. I mean, the
Yeah.
graphics are really smooth for it. I mean, it's very simple, and I think the gameplay of itself kind of makes it pretty addicting. I mean, I don't really play mobile games too often, but this one kind of has me hooked a little bit. So.
it's got a little like Super Mario Run in it, but way better. I mean, I guess I don't know what the mechanics would be later in Super Mario Run, but it has that, like you're bouncing off things.
You kind of wish that it.
You're always going one way.
You're
for the
always
most part.
going one way, and you're doing a lot. It's a lot of jumping, so it's like there's the wall hop in this too, and Super Mario Run had that. It's got that a little. I mean, I don't even know when.
I
this
like
came
getting
out.
on the platforms that are on like a
Oh, the
pivot.
seesaw.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'll be like a seesaw, and if you get it, so it's like going backwards, and you're about to fall. As long as you have that same color and you
Yeah,
keep hitting it,
you
you
can-
can just keep jumping,
you
and
can bang it
you're
up,
just
yeah.
jumping horizontally, and then you finally get it to go back down, and you wait for it to go up, and then you keep going. But it's just interesting when those things happen, or a lot of times you don't even need to get to those. You can
Right.
jump around them, and there's a lot of objects that you can jump around in.
Or jump over.
Yeah.
Like what's really cool is the really long jump. If you just hold it down, he does this like big jump. So there's platforms you can just decide, fuck it, I'm good enough. Like I'll just time it and avoid this.
You get into
platform.
a flow of it. You
Yeah.
get into a flow of it, and you're like, this is how I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then the challenges themselves, add, different replayability of going back and playing it. Because I have gone back and done all the challenges leading up to, I believe, level 12. And then I've just been kind of, working my way towards the later levels. But it gets pretty fucking intense.
It gets really intense, and you got to get quick. Like 15, I know it's got to be quick because you're going through so many, and that it's
And the fucking times where they have double colors that are like so close and you jump through it and you don't know which color to really be because you don't know how high or low you're gonna jump. So you have to like thread the needle, hit something, change the color to the top one, shoot up. Like it gets really.
And then when they throw in the portals too, it's crazy because when it's going so quick, you're like, I can't remember what fucking color I am. Like I just got.
It goes
it's
really
so big.
fast.
Yeah.
It's like probably the fastest like 2D side scroller that I've like had to try to play when you're endlessly running like that.
It's a blast. There also looks like there's platforms where you can unlock and they're going to be another color.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Because it looks like some of the black ones.
You're throwing in a third color here?
Potential. Or maybe they're just the same color. You just got to unlock them.
You're also like semi colorblind, right?
Yeah, but it's pink and yellow. Like, those are pretty.
Those are usually safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although purple and yellow, though, that's
It's a good combo.
That's
Well, that would probably fuck me up.
yeah.
No, actually, purple and yellow wouldn't. I would know. It
Well,
would just
you-
look like blue to me.
Yeah.
Potentially. So it'd be
Okay.
like blue and yellow.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is your blue the same blue that I see though?
Definitely not.
That's crazy.
Is this
Think about
blue
it.
the same blue as anybody sees?
I don't know.
Does anybody
Is
see
it?
anything the same as anyone?
Yeah. Is your red the same as my red, or is your red my purple?
Fucking.
I think with that.
And on that note, we're gonna take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news.